Well, good morning, people. How are you? It's Monday, and I wasn't gonna do a what sold today, but it's part of the video because Sunday, after I did that video, literally blew up. I'm not saying I got loads and loads of orders, but I got some good ones, so I'm gonna go through them before I wrap them up, and then I'm popping down to a local area where the auction is because there is something that I want to maybe bid on tomorrow. Plus, while I'm there, yes, I know I said I wasn't going anywhere, but I'm around there, so I'm going to pop into the charity shops and see if there's anything that's worth a lot of money. I might buy, but I'm not going to buy little bits and bobs for no reason. So yeah, that's going to be the main part of the video. So what have we sold over literally the last 24 hours since the last video? First of all, we sold some Sylvanian family rabbits. This owes me nothing. I bought a whole big massive bundle of Sylvanian family stuff with a big massive country house. I've sold one part for £24.99 and I paid like 20 quid for the whole of it, so nothing actually owes me anything now. I sold this one for £10. Next item is this really cool Canadian Nike hoodie. It's size large. I can't remember how much I paid for it, probably under a fiver, and I sold this for £24.99. Next item is something I listed over the weekend. I knew this would sell as soon as I put it on. It's a Berghaus Extreme, so it's a next level up in fleeces. It's sold for £29.99. Really nice. It's in like mint condition. I did mention this in another video, but I sold the Smiler hoodie. If you see anything to do with theme parks, pick it up, especially hoodies and all that lot. They are expensive to buy, but I sold this for 25 quid. I paid, I think, 7 or 8 quid for that. I sold a bag of McDonald's trolls for £9.99. I really don't know how much I paid for this. These could have been in a bundle with something, or I might have like just picked them up for a quid or something. I haven't got a clue, but I wouldn't have paid much for these anyway. But I sold it for £9.99. The Vintage Pioneer headphones I've sold. Haven't had these very long. I pick these up all the time. Very good quality, old school. Sold these for £24.99. I think I paid 3 or 4 quid for them. Sold the corded Panasonic phone again. I have sold this already, but I got it returned because they said it was too complicated. Yeah, that's too complicated. But I sold that for £19.99, so I've actually made some money on that because last time I think I sold it for 17. Last two items I'm not going to pick up because they're quite heavy and I might as well just show you because they're on the table. The first one is already boxed up, so I don't have to do anything. This is an Xbox 360. It's the Lego bundle, I think, yeah, so it's got a few Lego games, controller, obviously the block and everything. I sold this for £43.99. It probably owes me about 15 quid. And then something I listed last night, it was on the live, and it's I've put it as brand new other because all of it is new except for the actual main motor part, you know, the thing that makes it work, because it has been used. But yeah, it all works. Everything else is spotless. It hasn't been used. I gave somebody an offer for £59.99 and it sold straight away. I think I paid a tenner for that. I've just got my laptop out and I'm just going to check what I sold over last night. Literally within that video being released, from that video, which was, I don't know, mid-afternoon or something like that, I sold 173 quid's worth of stuff. And then the Hoover sold today, it must have been early hours of the morning, for obviously £72 altogether with posting and packaging. So yeah, a good 250 quid in the last 24 hours since my last video. So that is more like it. So yeah, I need to pack all this stuff. Pretty much all of it's basic. The Hoover's the only one that needs a bit of attention. But yeah, I will join you when I get to the auction and show you what I'm thinking about bidding for tomorrow. So one of the ones I was going to maybe go at is these, but there's not many, I would say, real good ones. Some are good, like your Hellraiser, Halloween, Wes Craven's New Nightmare, Candyman, but they're going to go for a lot of money. And also you've got all these Buffy X-Files ones, don't really fetch much, but Buffy is quite collectible and there is a lot. It's quite interesting to see what they go for. This is the main lot I'm probably going to go for. Commodore 64, really good condition. It's not yellow. Got all these games, don't know if any of them are actually really good. This one's a cool one, look at that. Is that a football game? Yes, look at that retro game, Asda, $1.99. Look at the graphics, man. Also got Duke Nukem 64. A few bits and bobs. This game alone fetches around about 40 quid. We've got a Need for Speed manual. Nothing else really there though. You're looking around about 150 quid for the Commodore 64 with all the stuff and the games as a bundle. Duke Nukem fetches around about 40-50 quid. So, and the gun fetches about 30, so you're looking at about 200 quid. But it all depends on how much it goes for. I've seen these go on the auction for quite a lot of money. Got some cool stuff here, some proper bow and arrows. Obviously, I don't know if I could sell the arrows. There's quite a few of them. Got archery set here, but that one and that one are beautiful. Proper expensive. You're looking about 70 quid for that one and about 100 quid for that one. So that's the things I'm going to be looking at tomorrow in the auction. Them bows, I really am tempted. If they go for like 10-20 quid, I'll buy them because they're worth it. But they might be a bit tricky to sell. Maybe a Facebook marketplace, or we're going to go around the charity shops because I've got 8 charity shops here. I know I said I'm not going to buy anything this week, but while I'm here I might as well. Be the only time this week anyway, so might as well. Will I find anything in Oxfam? Yeah. Fair enough, look. 30 quid. God, that's shocking. That shop. It must have been a one-off. There must have been a sleep when I got that tweed jacket. But did you see that? I mean, for a start, it was super dry. Super dry is really a company to avoid. There's probably a handful of super dry things that are worth anything, but they wanted 30 quid for it with a ripped hood. 30 quid for a ripped hood. Shocking, Oxfam. Absolutely shocking. I thought this would be worth a lot more. It's only £8.50, but it's virgin wool and it's Wolseley, which is appointed by Her Majesty the Queen, but it only fetches about 20 quid. What have we got here? 20 quid. Dun & Co. Tailor made 2-piece tweed suit. You're looking about 70 quid, but 38-inch chest. It's just the size that's putting me off. Bit of North Face here, 15 quid. Yeah. Finally, we got to pick up a little Tour de France medium yellow jersey from 2014. Looking about 20 quid for that. So I haven't filmed much around the charity shops today because there's quite a few resellers around here. I don't usually see a lot of resellers around here, but you can just tell them off by a mile because they're just going in there for charity shop and picking up loads of stuff. And because I'm here a bit later, I feel like I'm missing out and stuff. I have seen it going around on YouTube, a few videos about our YouTubers actually killing off the whole reselling business, and I'm gonna talk about that when I get home, because I have actually got my take on it, and it's completely different to what everybody else is saying.
I've got this, and it's 15 quid, LG monitor screen. You're looking around 85 quid. I don't know if it's got the stand, and I don't know if it's got the remote from that. Look what I found here, some GHDs. You're looking about 35 quid for these, just without the box, so I'm gonna get these. They cost a tenner.
Not much today. Thank God, actually, I'm quite happy there wasn't much, and I'm glad there's other resellers out, because I don't really want to spend much. Two things. GHD straighteners, looking about 35 quid because I got the box, and then that Tour de France yellow jersey, which I've sold cycling jerseys quite a lot last year, and some of them get good money if you get the right ones, especially this one. Got a brand, the Coq Sportive yellow jersey, Tour de France, 10 years old I think it is, 10, 11 years old, so yeah, should get at least 20 quid for that. So yeah, might not picked up much, but the two things I did pick up, gonna get some more right money back. We're gonna go back home now and talk about the whole, are people on YouTube or resellers really wrecking it for other resellers, because people are watching us and yeah, learning off us, and then making more competition for basically ourselves and other resellers. So I'll join you back at home. Alright guys, I thought I'd just update you on something that's just happened in the house. Obviously you're watching the video, but I had to cut it short because I was editing, and I thought I'd tell you. If you have got kids and they are wanting a VR headset, a Meta Quest, whatever, don't. Because this has just happened to the TV downstairs. LG 75-inch plasma TV is now worthless. Well, on eBay I can sell it for about 70 quid, but they'll have to come and get it, won't they? I've already put it on Facebook Marketplace for 75 quid, so hopefully somebody can pick up. If anybody knows, or anybody's in my area who wants a broken TV, you can strip it for parts, literally. Yeah, he needs to be gone this week. So yeah, he's been crying. He wasn't his fault, but stupid things, aren't they? Unless you've got a big house or somewhere where there's nothing around that's valuable, don't bother. Anyway, I'll let you get back to the video. I want to talk about what's going around on YouTube at the moment about YouTubers are wrecking reselling, and I want to take my spin on it. Nick and Andrew did a live about it yesterday. I watched some of it, but I was doing my own thing. I was editing actually my video. Actually, I was on live, wasn't I? Yeah, I was on live as well. And it came from a person that just popped up on my video. I don't know who he is, never heard him before. Dungeons and Joypads. He was basically saying that he thinks that people on YouTube have wrecked reselling in a way. And I want to take my spin on it. There's a few things that I do agree with him, but there's a lot of things I don't. One of the things he did say is about resellers who are new, and they basically don't have no clue on how it used to be. I don't know if that's a dig at them, or just basically saying that people who've done reselling for a long time are better than new resellers. And I think that's untrue. Everybody has got good things and bad things about them. I know people who have been doing reselling for a lot longer than me, and they are terrible. And I know some people who have been doing it for a shorter time than me, and they're really good. So it doesn't really make any difference on how long you've been doing something. I don't think he was meaning it in that way, but the way it came across, like they don't understand how hard it is now compared to the old days. Basically that it was a lot easier then. And of course it was. Social media wasn't as big then. There was no TikTok. YouTube wasn't very big. 10 years ago, it was well known, but for reselling, it really wasn't. Instagram wasn't as big, most people then, it was Facebook was the main source of like social media. It was the most popular. And you got to understand that when you are living in the world we are now, you can't go anywhere with some sort of social media platform in your face or advertising on your computer, your phone. Everybody wants you to join up to the latest app and stuff like that, and it's something you either avoid or you join the gang with everybody else. And one of the things he did say was that YouTube is a big factor in reselling. He thinks that YouTubers who obviously like myself and others, that we're the downfall of reselling. I understand his point, but I feel like he's not explained himself right in a certain way, because he's on YouTube doing reselling. So you're sort of contradicting yourself on that. Not having a go at the bloke, because I don't know him. Seems a decent lad, to be fair. Seems a genuine, speaks his mind, and I like that. But yeah, I always say, if you're gonna moan about something, then you've got to have a reason about moaning. Like, say for instance, if I've been doing reselling for 10 years and I'm not on any platforms at all, like social media platforms, I've got the right to say this sort of thing, right? If you're doing it and then you're moaning about it, why are you on YouTube yourself? It doesn't make sense. It just makes you sound a bit silly. So for that reason, I was thinking, oh, here we go. I do agree in one part of his video that he says that because of the whole trend of reselling now due to social media, that you do see a lot more at car boots, going around charity shops. You saw it earlier. Well, you didn't see it, but I told you about it. There was a couple of resellers and I just knew they were. And when you are going around an area and you see another reseller, it sort of like puts you off going around. It puts you in a bit of a slump, thinking, oh God, have they been there? Have they been there? They're going to pick all the good stuff. And yes, they might have, but also they might not have. It all depends on your knowledge. And this is the thing that he needs to understand. Just because there's lots of resellers around, some of them might be really good. You're going to get a few that are new and just good at it, but a lot of them are not going to be good at all. They're going to be pretty poor at doing it, and these ones are the ones that have probably quit. I'm a YouTuber, right? I'm a reseller, and they are very similar. People all want to be on YouTube. People want to make money because you can make thousands, hundreds of thousands of pounds on YouTube if you make it. And people try and people quit every single day. And that's the same about reselling. But the thing is, with reselling compared to YouTube, YouTube's free. If you don't make it, you haven't lost no money. With reselling, you got to buy stuff to be good at it. And yeah, you don't need to really worry about all these people copying you or trying to become a reseller, because they are looking at our videos and thinking, yeah, I can do that. I want to do that. I did that, right? I knew about reselling before. I knew about, selling at car boots, buying stuff and selling it in the paper. I did it with my dad years ago. And also I've worked in retail. So I know about selling brand new things. It's been around for years, hundreds of years. It's one of the oldest jobs in the book, and the thing is, YouTube is just another way of showing how to resell. We've had TV programs about antiques for 30, 40 years, like Antiques Roadshow. But is everybody an antiques dealer? No, because it's hard. You have to have some knowledge. And this is the thing where you got to compare yourself to others. If you are, I don't know what he buys and sells, but by the background, it looks like he buys a lot of video games and stuff like that, which is obvious. Everybody's doing that. If you're looking in one of them fields, if you're in that genre and you're niche to gaming and all that lot, everybody does that. Everybody wants that. Everybody wants Lego. Everybody wants certain clothing. And if you want that sort of stuff, you've got to prepare yourself. You've got to be competing against a lot of people. People at car boots going into boots and basically saying, what you got? You got any games? You got any Lego? Blah, blah, blah. And yeah, it's true. I don't like that. I think it's rude. I think it's... I've always said, if somebody did that to me when I was at car boot, I'll tell them to do one, you know. And luckily, it's never happened to me. But you got to think that YouTube is not the reason why there is so many resellers now. It's a contributor to it, but it's not the whole reason, right? The reason I think it is because of actually the companies themselves. And it's companies like Vinted now and eBay advertising their company on TV. They're sponsoring big TV shows like Love Island and Big Brother. Very big TV programs which fetch millions of viewers. So for instance, like the Vinted ad, they just show you that you can sell your old clothes and make a nice little bit of money. But the thing is about that, it's just warming them up. Because if you're making, say, £100 selling your old clothes, you might think about, well, what about if I go to the charity shops? I can buy a few bits of clothing for a couple of quid, sell them for 10, 15 quid. And then you get the bug. And that's what a lot of these people have been doing. Yes, we do show what we pick up, and then obviously if you see it in your area, you can pick up and say, oh yeah, John's picked that up. He made 60 quid out of it. I understand. But where do we get the prices from? And this is one thing that he did mess up on. He said that YouTube is the reason why charity shops prices have gone up, which is completely false. No, it's not. A charity shop does not go on YouTube to find out a price, because if they wanted to find that price out on this phone, where do they go? They don't go on YouTube. You go on eBay. eBay is the reason why charity shop prices are going up, because we as resellers, normal people, go on there and see how much they're selling for, and then we sell them. It's just common sense that charity shops now are going on eBay, checking the prices, and then they're selling for similar prices to eBay or maybe just a bit less. And we as resellers are now all moaning because there's no decent things in charity shops, or if there is, it's well expensive and all that lot. And yes, it is sometimes. But you've seen in my videos quite recently, I've picked up some really good stuff in charity shops. And the reason why I'm doing this is not because of this bloke or Nick and Andrea, or even about YouTube and basically we're wrecking it for all resellers. We are not wrecking it for all resellers. Yourself is wrecking it for yourself. We're not wrecking it for resellers. Yourself is wrecking it. If you're niche or you haven't got much knowledge in other areas, it's not our fault that you only go and try and find one item. If you broaden your experience and your knowledge, everything in a charity shop, everything in a car boot could potentially make you money. That's why I am not niche. While people are going around trying to find a nice bit of clothing, while people are trying to find the latest bundle of games or Wii, I'm actually going around finding the items which you lot just walk past and I pick up and I sell them for 100 quid, 200 quid. But also I'll be there picking up the items that you also go for. So being niche is really a downfall unless you are really good at it and you can source lots of items. But yeah, I thought I'd do my video and my take on this because yeah, some of the things he did say were true and some of the things were completely wrong. YouTubers in any category are not wrecking it for anybody. And I'm not just talking about reselling. If you're thinking that YouTubers who do reselling are wrecking it for you, you need to look at yourself more and not the people who are doing YouTube, right? If you're good enough at your job, you shouldn't be worried about anybody else, right? Because you know you've got certain qualities in reselling in your eyes that you can pick up stuff that others can't. And if you are struggling in a certain category, expand your knowledge. It's common sense. Stop moaning because you can't find anything and actually learn more about reselling, and stop being comfortable in one area. Expand your knowledge, grow your knowledge, and with that you'll make more money. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment down what you think about the whole YouTube thing. Do you think it's wrecking reselling? And I'll see you tomorrow with another video. Goodbye.